Hey peeps, it's Ray. Yesterday I went to see Toy Story 4 and I had to make a video talking about it. There will be major spoilers in this because I'm going to be talking about the decision that Woody makes at the end of the movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, I would advise that you don't watch this until you have. To get there, I'm going to delve a little bit into the other films to get a background for our favourite little cowboy. In Toy Story 1, Woody is Andy's favourite toy, and when Buzz appears, this new toy, he instantly feels threatened and even tries to push Buzz down the back of a chest of drawers to get rid of him. This is so that when Andy comes back, Woody will be able to go to Pizza Planet with him rather than Buzz. And he does this despite knowing that Andy would feel sad about the fact that he can't find Buzz. This would then make Andy probably forget about Buzz, and then Woody could then again be Andy's favourite toy. It doesn't work out that way, and Woody actually realises that he shouldn't feel threatened by Buzz because Andy still loves him and he's still Andy's toy. Just because a new toy is here doesn't change that for Andy. Throughout this movie and others to follow, Woody's main concern is getting himself back to Andy and his newfound friends, of course, but it's always about him and Andy. In Toy Story 3, Andy no longer plays with his toys, and it seems like they just don't have a purpose anymore. When the other toys are dropped to the sunny side, they kind of just accept that they won't be going back to Andy. All the toys except for Woody, of course. But Woody knew Andy didn't mean to throw the toys out, and he wanted to bring them all back to him, as well as himself.
You can make a new
guys,
kid
really?
happy.
No! I have a kid. You have a kid.
At the end of the film, we see that even when Woody is given away, Andy is very hesitant and doesn't want to get rid of him. The only reason Woody goes with Bonnie is because Woody made that decision to go into that box. But he must have seen how Andy reacted to the idea of giving him away. Even at that very end of Toy Story 3, he is still Andy's favourite toy. And it makes sense why he can't let that go even in Toy Story 4. We see a shift in how Woody portrays himself in the latest movie, and also how his new kid differs. In Toy Story 1, when Woody and Buzz become missing, Andy wants to find them, he misses them, he wants to know where they've gone. Whereas in the latest movie, Bonnie only cares about Forky, to the point where she doesn't even realise the other toys are missing. Also, in other films, Woody has always been worried about getting himself back to Andy. But in this one, he only cares about getting Forky back. It's little moments really. For example, when they go to the antique shop, Forky is very worried about not getting back to Bonnie in time. But Woody tells him, don't worry, we'll get you back to Bonnie before she wakes up. He never once says he'll get both of us back, or we'll both get back to Bonnie. He isn't concerned about getting himself back, only Forky. And this isn't the only time we see a difference in Woody's character between Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 4. In Toy Story 1, he is threatened immediately by Buzz's character, and we could say it's because he feels envious of Buzz, because he wants to be like him, because he has all these new gadgets. But in reality, it's because he can see how happy the toy makes his kid. But when Forky comes into Bonnie's life, Woody immediately becomes a caretaker for him. In the first one, Woody tries relentlessly to get rid of Buzz, but in the latest one, Woody is trying everything he can to keep Forky around. He actively tried to get rid of Buzz, seeing how happy he made his kid. But that's the opposite of how he treats Forky. Maybe because Bonnie doesn't play with him anyway, or maybe because he doesn't feel like Bonnie is his kid. I genuinely feel like it's the latter. Later in the film, he tells Bo Peep that he has to get Forky back because that's his only purpose. Bonnie doesn't play with him, he isn't in charge of the room anymore, so really there's nothing for him to do besides stay in a wardrobe with a bunch of other forgotten toys. He sneaked into kindergarten with Bonnie despite knowing that he could get confiscated or get Bonnie in trouble because he felt like he needed a purpose, and he felt like if he could do something, then he would still have purpose as Bonnie's toy. Woody has always felt that his main purpose as a toy is to make his kid happy, but he doesn't make Bonnie happy, and seeing Forky do that, do something that he can't do, he realises that Bonnie needs Forky, not him. This is why it makes sense he leaves once Forky is returned. His job is done. He can't do anything more for Bonnie than what he already has done because he is not the toy that makes Bonnie happy. I've saved the main reason why this makes sense till the end because I'm just like that. When Bo Peep was taken from Andy's house, Woody nearly went with her. He was so close to standing in that box and being taken away from Andy. The only thing that stopped him was Andy coming out into the rain looking for Woody. He knew that if he left, he would be missed by his kid. With Bonnie, however, there would have been no kid to miss him. He didn't make an impact in her life, and his job as a toy was therefore done. And he could begin his new life as a lost toy, helping other toys find a kid who would love them and cherish them as much as Andy did him. Let me know your opinions and what you thought of the film in the comments below. Rach Kane out.
To infinity and beyond!